Hold me, they cannot hold me, yeah.
It's week 1 of the 2023 season.
And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Dolphins and the Broncos, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Miami Dolphins and the Denver Broncos. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they can earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
And off we go from Denver. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Now Wilson, this one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Broncos send Corliss Waitman out to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. It's taken to the 26. Gets past one man. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards and most mistakes. A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through.
Okay, break.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, that's how any defensive coordinator I'm playing for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they wind up with a gain of 11 there on 4th down. 2 big plays in succession, and the Dolphins on the move.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Arnold. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. He'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out in the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Tua. And he fires one, but incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And it'll come out to the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On second down, Williams. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Now, Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 12, Tua got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He is going to find Hill here. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill from 21 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front, so when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st down, Wilson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game, able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Tua sets up to pass it. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone. Effective when it's run well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. Randy Gregory, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time,
under pressure, and they got to him again. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
That's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 33-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Defensively well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now it's Wilson. That's caught left side by Judy. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
My ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson will throw again. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The kick by Carlson is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points in the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Ready. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Tua going to throw. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Komet. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Now a 2nd down and 6. He'll look to throw. And again, back to Komet. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now a give to Edmonds. And some room to... Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by the Chase Edmonds touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Kicker booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
From the 31, Wilson.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
I think this will run awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Malik McDowell able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
To try again after the sack. Tua. This one complete to the running back, Chase Edmonds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 28 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. In the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it again with Williams. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson out quickly to Judy. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about
touchdown Broncos. Jerry Judy, 31 yards. And the Broncos are able to cut into that deficit.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now. 24-10. So that drive span 5 plays. And it's capped off by the touchdown run from Jerry Judy. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worse with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And his throw here is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tua. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Arnold. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of first. That's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future, bright. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
These guys have definitely been on play in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
The pass there complete to Sutton, and they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the gun, it's Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That goes for a gain of 31.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And out of bounds right around the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The ball resting on the Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And that will be incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here we go.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Tua sets up to pass it. The quick slant caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. They'll come up now on second and a yard. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Touchdown. Dan Arnold. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Sanders on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On second and 9, Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. This time they stay on the ground. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Fourth down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this returnable for Hill. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his. Because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Now, Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground with Edmonds. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Paris Campbell, a touchdown reception. From there, we head east to Minnesota to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Carson Wentz, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Kenny Pickett with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we will. for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right to about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Tua. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Tua. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Here we go. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Tua's throws taken in by Waddle. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now Tua on the bootleg here. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Now Edmonds. And And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 23. 94 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Tua going to throw. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Here we go, set.
Here's Edmonds. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 2nd down and another run with Edmonds. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they
touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle from a yard out. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Now it's Wilson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Again, Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. A pretty long drive in the time. 11 plays all told. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Running back Chase Edmonds gets set to start this next series. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Here's Tua. On the screen, this is Edmonds. Shoves him aside. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe up to the 41.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos about set to go on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player in the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive will continue. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Wilson. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Throwing is Wilson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Wilson's throw caught here by Dulcich. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. On 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations. There'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them.
Oh, Edmonds has it knocked loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 13. There's Wilson to throw. He's got Dulcich going across the formation. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Nice gain of 21 yards.
Defensive count on that. I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They control this game throughout. And all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
6 yards left on second down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Caught by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 33. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Wilson. Just keeping the play alive. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground and the ball is knocked out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Sometimes when you run a design there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
Now Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Well, Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Tua going to throw. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Here we go, Matt.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Ready.
Another carry now for Edmonds. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Let's take a play here. Hey, let's go.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. Getting the stop defensively, Delarian Turner yelled.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Finds Dulcich out left side. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Caught left side. Williams. Going to be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. 3rd down and 6 to go.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Wilson will throw again. And he'll just get rid of it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game. CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Dolphins, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Denver, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.